Peace and blessings. I'm Master Mustafa Abdul Haq Abdullah, of the Third Church of Jerusalem, House of Prayer, Temple of God. I woke up this morning and the TV was on, and Benny Hinn was on. I don't know if you're familiar with who Benny Hinn is, but he's what they call him, he's televangelist. You know, had a television shows. He's a minister, and preaching about God or whatnot. But he had a guest on this morning, and the guest was talking about the power of seven and how these number seven is prevalent throughout the Bible. And so he was using all these examples of what the seven was, and for those of you who don't know, seven is supposed to be the number of perfection, the number of God. Seven is considered the number of God through various religions. So, excuse me, he was going on about seven, and just going on and on examples, and how we are going on the seventh year in the new millennium and things of that nature. And so, eventually, like many of the preachers and ministers you see on TV nowadays, eventually they'll get to a point where they're going to work in something, whereas you need to call in and pledge your donation. Right? So of course, in this instance, it was call in and pledge your donation of $77. Well, at that point, and it was sounding good what he's saying. But when they get to the point when they ask you to call in to give money, well, that's where you lose me. Excuse me. I cannot equate money in God. I cannot equate that I need to give something that I feel is so disrespectful to our very existence to someone for the return of getting a blessing from God. I can't relate to that. But this is how I can relate to it, and this is what I am going to offer. Now, he said that he wants you to call in and pledge $77 for 3 months. 3 payments of $77. This is what I would do. I will give for the next 3 months, for this month, April, May, and June. I will give $77 to the first person who, I guess, sends me their info, sends me their name and address. I guess the only stipulation is that you have to let it known that I gave this money to you, so that it's known that I actually gave it to somebody. For those who have seen my Ventio 3 website, V as in Victor, ENTIO, the number 3.com. I'm also the CEO and president of a company, CDB Holdings. Ultimately, with this company, I want to do many things and help many people. Want to help people. And when you ask for people who are struggling, who are down to the last dollars, well, send me your money and God will give you a blessing. How about if you need a blessing, I will send you money. That's what I would do. If you need it, and believe me, I needed $77, but I know there's someone out there who's going to need a little bit more than I will. And so I hope for those of you, for whoever it is who will contact me for this money, I hope that you really need it. Alright? I hope you're not in a position where it's not a necessity for you, because I'm going to give it to the first person that emails me. If you do, then you will know in your heart that it could have been passed on to somebody else. And I ask for anybody else out there, if you have it, give it to someone else. Give it to someone who that may need. if they ask, and I believe they need it. Alright? God bless. Peace and love.